Hey, my name is Ron. Thought I'd take some time to show you what my experience was with putting down a custom cherry wood floor. A little bit different for me is that I had it laid down in a random pattern. We used boards that were 2 1/4, 3 1/4, and 5 inches wide, and laid them out in a more or less a random pattern going all the way across the field. Here you can see that we've got 450 square feet involved in this project, with a hallway, a few doors to get around, and a living room, dining room, and a sunroom. Guys have all picked up all the carpet, all the trim. They're going to take care of all the staples. I had some vinyl flooring in there, and they're getting the floor ready for the hardwood install. The first step after the cleanup is they're going to put down some building felt paper down. I believe that takes care of some squeaks in the floor and things like that. We also bought our floor directly from a lumber company in Pennsylvania, Cummings Lumber Company, and their Barefoot brand of flooring. Here the installers are starting to rack the floor, which means taking pieces of wood out of several bundles of hardwood and laying them out in the pattern that they want to put it down in. After they get so much of it racked up, then they'll run a stapler down on it and attach it to the floor. Now you see a little small piece of paper over there on the floor. That's the pattern that I set out. The random pattern. So it has a 5, a 2, a 3, and he will follow that pattern going all the way through the room to give me the look that I'm looking for. So you can see it appears to be going pretty quick. This actually process took a day and a half to get the flooring down. That was my dog Lou. Wanted to see what was going on. Most of the pieces of the hardwood flooring they put down whole, and then when they get close to the edge on the wall, they'll cut to length. Here's a staple machine, a little bit normal speed here, and you'll see how quickly they actually go through this. They do get the boards snug and tight to each other. Different angle here as they work their way through into the sunroom. And again, you kind of see them rack it all out, and then they go back with the staple machine and set them in place. And they're working in and out of the long hallway here. Pulling up the carpet and getting the back sunroom all ready to go. Got the felt going down. And we're just about getting to the end of the first day. I'm the big guy floating around every once in a while, you see. Alright, day 2 on the install. We're looking from the sunroom. He's starting out with 3 bundles of wood here. A bundle of each, 2 1/4, 3 1/4, and 5-inch boards. And again, you see that little white piece of paper there on your right-hand side. That's telling him what the pattern is. He lays them out, staples them, and we're good to go. And I'm going to have a really awesome looking floor. All right, so he's got it all racked up there. Lays it out. And goes in with the stapler and finishes them off. All right, he's about to wrap up the sunroom. And he's got some final touches along the wall there. All right, last but not least, the back end of the hallway. It's going to fill in the last parts. Now he's going out in the garage and doing his cuts and bringing them back here, measuring up, going out, cut some more, bringing it back here and finishing up. So this brings us to the end of day 2. The install is complete. Here comes day 3, sand and the first coat of finish. The finishing guys come in and they do a great job. These guys have Popeye arms. They got a lot of strength to hold sandpaper, the equipment that they're using. The machine that you see him setting up there is Hummel. Not sure what the heck they call that. A Lagler Hummel professional drum sander. As he goes back and forth on the sander here, and when he stops, you can hear that sanding stop. He's actually hitting a lever that lifts the drum off the floor, stops sanding, and as he starts moving, he puts the drum back down, takes a little bit more, finishes off the wood, so you can even up all the boards and flatten the finish. Here's his partner here filling in some holes and things in the wood to make sure it looks really good when it's all done. Nail holes, little holes from the wood imperfections. That's pretty much what he's doing here. Now he's going to fill in holes all the way across the flooring here. All right, now you see him back here getting the edger set up. So whatever the drum sander can't get to, the edger will, and he'll stop and feel it. Now this is a new wood install. Now they will use the sander on refinish jobs, and they have a couple different cuts they go through. All right, up in the top left-hand part of the screen, you can see the sander doing all the edging. These guys worked as a team. They seemed to know what each one of them was doing. They would drop the cord where the next guy needed. It was a really great team effort. They do a lot of walking on these jobs for sure. He's taking out his dust bag. All right, so he's gone back and started the floor again with a second pass, and I think it's a second grade of paper. You can see him finishing up with the edging. So at this point, the edging has been just about completed. Second pass on the drum sander. All the flooring and holes and things have been filled in. This guy, at this point, the guys are all kind of talking about how they really like the floor. They haven't done a floor like this. It's just something I wanted. I asked the flooring company if they could design it for me, but they were just going to lay a 2 1/4, 3 1/4, and 5-inch board, and that wasn't the random pattern. I wanted more or less a random pattern, and I think that's what I achieved. I'm not sure if he's doing a third pass here or not. I think he is. Now you also see him hand sanding and scraping around the perimeter of the room. So where they can't get it with sanders, they scrape it and hand sand it. So they're on their knees quite a bit. And they are paid by the job, and the quicker they can get it done without any issues or complaints, the happier they are, and everybody's happy. See along the wall there, he's got a scraper. They scraping and getting stuff down with. All right, so the big drum sander's been put away, and they've got this other buffer type machine that they'll have a pad down on the floor, and it will take some finish off too. That's really kind of polishes up the wood, does the final step in the sanding. And now you see that they've got the vacuum out. He's vacuuming up around the perimeter of the room. Then it's going to start doing the dance back and forth, just getting everything vacuumed up. In the meantime, I believe the other installer or other sander is out in the garage getting a bucket of polyurethane. He's got like 50 bags of polyurethane to get set up out there. So now he's laying down the finish. He's got a 5-gallon pail of polyurethane. And believe it, it's oil-based finish, which is what I wanted. And I wanted an oil-based polyurethane on my cherry wood floor. As that finish ages, it's going to get a nice patina to it. And as the cherry ages, it's also going to get darker and richer and more full color. So it's kind of an orange look now, but it's going to turn into a beautiful cherry look. So this is the first coat of 3. And they're going to wrap it up here. They're going to clean up, and they're going to come back the following day and buff it out. Put a second coat down. That will take a couple hours. All right, here's day 4. So now they've come back the morning, and they're going to buff it out and put a second coat of finish on it. And he's taking that buffer wheel, and he's actually taking quite a bit of material off on that. Here's a good close-up look of the buffing machine. And you can see where it's taking some finish off. And you can see where it needs to have some more finish applied. Much quicker process here. And they're going to start back up with a vacuum. Working the perimeter and then getting the feel to the floor there. And as he's vacuuming, his partner's out there getting the polyurethane ready to go. It comes in little quart bags, and he's got to fill up a 5-gallon bucket with it. They're working as a team again here. One's doing the edging, and he doesn't get too far ahead. And then the other one is doing the field. And I guess they kind of keep a wet edge going so as not to show any lines between the edges and the field of the floor. This coat's filling in a lot more of the wood, more of the pores. It's going to have a much better finish on it. All right, here you can see him doing the edging. And a close-up of the flooring going down. I believe that's a wool applicator. All right, here's a close-up look of the floor after 2 coats. One more coat coming up tomorrow. Day 5, third and final coat. They're working the edge of the flooring, and they're going to buff it out and prep the floor for the third and final coat. At this point, the guys have asked me not to walk on the floor. I've got a camera up here on the wall here to capture this as he's doing it. All right, now he's vacuuming up. And his sanding partner here is out in the garage, getting the polyurethane ready to go up for the last coat. I see his partners come back in. He's starting to do some edging. And he's picked up the wool brush or wool applicator and doing that sunroom. And as he works his way out, his partner's getting the edging done. And again, they don't work too far ahead. You can see one of them taking some pictures of this floor. It really did turn out awesome. And it's quite different. And they liked working on this floor. And this is our third and final coat. Here's our sanders and finishers. Did a great job. And they come to us from the hardwood floor store located in Bolingbrook, Illinois. Talk to Donnie and he'll get you a good deal. And we're just about to wrap it up. So in 3 days, I believe I'll be able to come in and start working on it. And see, I can actually probably come in the next day and to walk around and enjoy the floor. But that's pretty much it for the floor. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. And I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line and subscribe. And thumbs up for me, please.